Hello and welcome back everybody. Today we're going back to Alan Wake 2, but we're going to test the mod which add Vulkan API, which can be found on Nexus mod. You just type in Alan Wake 2 Vulkan. The mod is only 3 megabytes, easy download, and you just need to extract in the game folder. This mode is to actually replace the DX12 API for the Vulkan one, so it helps any card that don't have the mesh shaders. If you have an Nvidia card, I recommend you to disable the Nvidia Overlay. Otherwise the game crash. At least it crashed for me. For AMD card, I don't have anything powerful enough to make any tests, but they said that AMD support is a hit and miss. I'm Dunk, welcome to Respawn PC. Let's dive in. A quick reminder of the minimum spec. The game requires an RTX 2060 or RX 6600 with 6GB of VRAM and 16GB of RAM. On the last video we tested the GTX980ti and the GTX1660ti, which by the way the 1660ti support mesh shader, and we were able to play at 1080p 30 FPS. But the 980ti, which doesn't support mesh shader, was reaching at 19 FPS. So we're going to try out the same setup with the 980ti, but with the mod to add Vulkan. So, Vulkan mode, 720p, low settings, we reach an average of 29 FPS. That is quite a jump from 19 FPS. We gain 10 FPS with that mode. This is with the 980ti. So if we have a 10 series, a GTX 10 series, we may see a better result. I will say this is more than playable. We actually have a new winner. The GTX 980ti at 720p low, you reach almost 30 FPS. If you add the Vulkan mod, that's a 34% increase in FPS. At that resolution, the CPU is not even peg, is in the 60 to 70%. Same go for the RAM. They ask for a minimum of 16GB. We barely reach 8, so my guess it should be 8, the minimum requirement. I mean, if Remedy Entertainment just decide to do a quick patch to add Vulkan to their game, they'll be able to sold more copy to their player base by having more people being able to play the game. I mean, it's nice and everything to say that the minimum requirement need to be at 1080p, but a lot of people still play at 720p. That will just raise the demographic of people being able to play their game and therefore buy the game. I don't know if they have shareholder, but just send the message to the shareholder that if they want to make more money on that title, they should add a patch to add the Vulkan so they can make more money by selling more copies. I wanted to do another test since I'm at it. Use my 1660 Ti with Vulkan if there is any gain or loss or no change. The X12 is normally better for Nvidia card, but let's see with this one. It has mesh shader that the game require, but we're forcing it to go Vulkan, so I guess it's not going to use its mesh shader, but I don't know. Either way, I don't see any change. We're still at 33 FPS average, exact same. Same go for the percentage low and the max and the 1% low. Exactly like I thought. So if the card already have mesh shader, it's not worth to try the Vulkan mod. That means the winner for the proposed minimum requirement is still the 1660 Ti to be at 1080p low settings at 30 FPS. And the real winner for the real minimum requirement is the 980 Ti with the Vulkan mod at 720p low to reach almost 30 FPS. So for all the people who was asking me the Vulkan mod for the GPU that doesn't support mesh shader, here you have your answer. Hopefully they will patch it and add a Vulkan API to their game, because I really enjoyed the hours I play with it. I really hope more people can enjoy it also. I hope I answer a lot of your question about the Vulkan mod. See you on the next one and subscribe.